The newly established nation of Saint Rita may finally begin to see stability. Vice President Raul Sanchez was sworn in earlier today on the Caribbean island, succeeding to the office held briefly by his brother, the late General Hector Sanchez. General Sanchez, the chief architect of their constitution, died suddenly at his presidential inauguration last week when he was hit by an errant bullet during the celebratory gunfire. It was a mere 2 years ago that Sanchez organized a coup within the country's military and overthrew the dictatorship that for so long had.
But they say he's going to keep the same executive staff, which, as you know,
Lesko?
Your favorite guy, the former marketing guru.
And former U.S. citizen.
Right, James Lesko.
Danny, do we have that clip?
I'm a lover of democracy. See, I'm just doing my part for liberty, peace, freedom, all that.
But you went as far as to renounce your U.S. citizenship in order to join Sanchez as a member of his staff.
Look, how many times does a man get the opportunity to build a nation? It's a chance to start from scratch, avoid all the pitfalls, learn from our mistakes.
A lovely sentiment, Mr. Lesko. But perhaps your actions will be seen in a different light once people learn that you're under FBI investigation for fraud. And it looks suspiciously as though you fled your home country simply to avoid prosecution.
Well,
We have another clip you may like even better.
More Lesko?
Nope, this is Raul Sanchez.
The new president of Saint Rita.
Right. This is footage of Mr. Sanchez in Miami a few years back.
Wow. And he's going to be their president?
But you have to consider the people's desire for freedom.
From this guy? I wouldn't trust him with my ham sandwich, much less my country.
If you look at the foundation of their government...
Oh, come on. These people can't govern themselves. St. Rita needs a real leader. 6 months, they're going to be right back to a dictatorship. That foundation you keep blathering about, it's a pipe dream.
Well, it's based on the original United States Constitution.
Exactly.
Every nation faces obstacles, and only the strongest of nations persevere. But persevere we will. We've suffered the loss of a great man in General Sanchez, but if there's one thing we've learned, it's that freedom is worth any cost. And if there's a second thing we've learned from this tragedy, it's that when firing a gun in celebration, make sure it's pointed up in the air, above everyone's head. But I guess we all know that now, don't we, Carlos? But today is not a day to dwell on the past. Today, we look to the future. For we have a new president. People of Saint Rita, I give you President Raul Sanchez.
What's up, Saint Rita? I am your new king. Your new president. Fellow countrymen, it is an honor for me to continue the legacy of my brother. It was his dream to give the people a country in which they had the power to govern. A country where every man is entitled to life, liberty, and happiness. A country where all men are created equal. Oh yeah, except for the Portuguese.
Mr. President! Mr. President! Mr. President! What are you doing about unemployment? Our families are starving!
The president has a fabulous work program that he'll be introducing in the coming weeks. Now let me show you the way out.
Mr. Pennington? There's some guy that wants to talk to you. He's in the conference room.
Who, Ramona?
He was kind of fat with a briefcase.
This new job of yours isn't particularly working out, is it?
Except Portuguese.
Jimmy, conference room, de la Garza. Don't do anything until I get there.
Is this what I should expect? You're going to change every speech to suit some personal agenda?
Ben, the only agenda I have is to keep this nation from falling apart.
But you're going against everything it stands for. This isn't what the people want, Nigel.
Look, I've been on this island since before you were born, so I have a pretty good idea of what the people want. Didn't you hear that gunfire?
Equal rights for everyone. When General Sanchez wrote those words in the Constitution, it was supposed to mean something.
Listen, Ben, everyone makes compromises. Ideals might look good on paper, but they don't last a second in the real world.
It's too big a sacrifice, Nigel.
Well, put it in a speech. In the meantime, I'll be saving this country from another dictatorship. You remember that, don't you? The curfews, the incarcerations, that god-awful anthem. A bossa nova. I mean, really. What we have now is a whole lot better, and you know it. Support of the people, Ben. It's the only thing that protects us. You remember that.
What was that?
Oh, that's Paquita.
She's a presidential pet.
I think we all know what this is about, Congressman de la Garza, so you may as well get started.
All right. Gentlemen, on Monday morning I plan to introduce a resolution declaring President Sanchez unfit for office.
Well, are you serious? I mean, sure, I've put on a few pounds lately, but...
Mr. President...
A resolution? Psh, meaningless. I mean, even if it does pass. My friend, I am expecting an overwhelming majority. Even the great Nigel Pennington won't be able to stop it.
Is that so?
You can't bribe your way out of this one, Pennington. The rules don't bend so easily these days. Oh, vacant presidency succeeded by a Speaker of the House. Oh, wait a sec. That's you, isn't it? I only want what's best for the country.
Obviously.
This is a pretty bold move, Congressman. And you really think you'll have the votes? With all the president's indiscretions? Such as? For one, his habitual drug use. That's all in the president's past and the people know it. Hell, it's inspirational. He's overcome demons, grown into a better man. All in the past, huh? I have information here that says he was picked up 2 months ago in New York for possession.
It's like 9/10 the law up there.
I can assure you and the people of Saint Rita that the president does not make use of improper substances. Now, what else you got? Let's just move on to the minor felonies then, shall we?
Support of the people. That's what he said.
Listen, kid. I've lived in countries all over the world, and they're all politics as usual. Democracies, monarchies, dictatorships. Hell, during the 70s, I even spent 2 years in a hippie commune.
It's like we profess these ideals.
I know. Free love this and free love that. But when you try to make a move, all the hot ones still just want to be friends.
Partying, carousing all over the world with no regard for laws, all while the people of Saint Rita suffered. Down deep, I don't think they appreciate it much. You can only fool them for so long. You're not your brother, Raul.
All right, this meeting is over.
2 days, gentlemen. Monday morning. That son of a bitch is gonna run us out of office.
Calm down, Jimmy.
Oh, calm down? If we lose power, I could be extradited.
You let me worry about de la Garza. He wouldn't have put on that show for us unless he wanted something.
Well, excuse me if I don't share your optimism. Every time I turn around, I'm thinking, what next? How did you get in this office?
I asked for the president, and they told me to wait here.
We got the worst security.
Is Raul with you?
Brenda!
Baby!
I thought I'd lost you forever.
Oh, I missed my little monkey man.
Mr. President, aren't you going to introduce us?
Guys, this is Brenda Louise Oswald Sanchez. She's my wife.
Brilliant.
A small colony of Arawaks lived on Saint Rita until the Spanish arrived. Then it fell under French rule for a short time, then Dutch, Portuguese, Brando, Spanish again, a communist revolutionary, and finally...
We met at Occupy Little Rock. Did you know that?
No, I didn't, Mrs. President. Did you know that the main export of Saint Rita is bat guano?
Why do you get to make all the decisions? Wear a suit. Read this crap.
Mr. President, calm down.
Why can't I do what I want?
Oh, please. I let you keep the goat.
Now I have to go to church? For studies? Maybe I do my own studying. You ever think of that?
Oh, you read the Bible?
Only like 100 times.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, you gotta get to know someone before you run off and get hitched. No matter how charming or passionate or... Ramona, are we gonna be friends or what?
I'm sorry, Mrs. President, but they expect me to know this stuff, and if I keep screwing up, he's gonna send me back to the factory.
All right, hush. I need to find Raul anyway. Where was that office again?
Mr. President, Father Vasquez is sympathetic to our situation. Regular sessions with the church will not only boost your image, but the strength of this entire administration.
Okay, fine. But only one night a week. That's it.
I think that's reasonable.
Support of the people, Mr. President. Without it, we fail. Instantly, we will be broken and with no chance of recovery.
Proverbs 6:15.
Can we make it 6:30? I'd like to take a late nap.
Knock, knock. How's it going in here?
Excellent.
Horrible.
Father, this is the President's wife, Brenda Louise Oswald Sanchez.
Hello, my child.
Padre.
Mrs. President, how do you take your scotch?
Why, I drink it, of course.
Of course. So, the whole bottle, is it?
So, where you taking me tonight, hun?
I'm afraid that's out of the question. We have an important dinner tomorrow. All of Congress will be there for the President's speech. I'm sorry, but there won't be any bar hopping tonight.
Y'all want to do a J? Hey, what's your problem?
Now look, Missy, you may not realize it, but we're trying to run a country here. I've got an unemployed mob camped at the gates, a congressman trying to blackmail me, a president whose only work experience is a roadie for Peter Sodding Frampton, and now you're trying to muck it all up because you're bored.
You can't talk to me like this.
Well, someone needs to, because apparently you don't know your role around here. 3 things. Smile for the cameras, champion some cause that no one cares about, and, most importantly, stay the hell out of my way.
Sometimes you just gotta paint your butt white and run with the antelope.
It's not just that, Mr. Lesko.
Call me Jimmy.
Jimmy, the problem is I don't even know how to write for the guy. Does he even care about anything? It's hard to get a read on him.
Look, Ben, the president, he's just a born liar. He thinks it protects him. Hell, he'd lie to make $1 when the truth would make $1.50. No, he's easy. Kinte, get! Go on, shoo! Now his wife...
She does seem pretty young for him.
Well, I don't think so. The man takes, what is it, half his age minus 7?
It's +7.
Is it?
It's just weird that she would show up out of the blue like this.
Yeah, Nigel says she's after something. Personally, I think she just wants to feel special. That's why they say power is the ultimate aphrodisiac. Take myself, for example. Now, self-respecting women shouldn't want to be with a guy like me, but they do. Is it my charm? I doubt it. My good looks? Please. But I tell you what, ever since I got into politics, I've been tapping more ass than a blind proctologist. Now, does that seem right to you? Hell no, but I ain't gonna fight it. It's what they call one of them facts of nature.
You mean you never had a woman love you for who you really are?
Shoot, you go right for the jugular, don't you?
No, I didn't mean...
Now, forget it. You gotta have that killer instinct in politics. Take Montezuma. Now, people can talk all day about what a benevolent ruler he was, but I bet you dollars to donuts that Aztec son of a bitch busted some ass when he had to. Yes, Ramona?
You know how you told me last night to keep watch and call you if Raul, the president, left his room?
I'm sorry, Ramona. I should have found you sooner. You go get some sleep.
It's not that. It's...
When?
They were just going for a walk.
When?
Midnight?
Are you kidding me?
He said they'd only be 10 minutes.
Oh, really? Our president told you this. That's a laugh. What else did he tell you?
That I was pretty.
The president! In your bar, have you seen him? I know he died. It's his brother now, you moron. Fellas, we've been at this all day and we got nothing. Now, Congress shows up in about 2 hours, so if you'll excuse me, I gotta go figure out how to have a presidential dinner with no president.
The bartender hasn't seen him in over an hour.
Well, he was there when I left.
Apparently he's gone off on foot. With a bottle of tequila.
Hey, don't act like this is my fault.
Just think for a moment. Did he say anything out of the ordinary?
Nothing but. He kept talking about how he was a sword and he was gonna kill all the tyrants.
Okay.
He's lost it, man. He's really lost it this time.
You know, studies have shown that your risk of dementia is 6 times higher when your spouse has dementia.
are you?
What if your spouse has dementia, but he's just imaginary? What kind of risk would that be?
It's, probably still pretty high.
Damn it.
No, it's fine.
I'm going.
No, Ben. I don't think heartfelt sincerity is going to help us with this one. Just go to the dinner. I'll be back soon. He would have hated that epitaph.
I think it's pretty awesome. Certainly better than mine's gonna be.
Oh, I don't know. Here lies Raul Sanchez, a drunk bastard who never stuck his neck out for nobody.
That's not too bad.
You should probably keep this. That's the Cross of Valor. Your brother got it in that uprising of '86. He was shot in the
leg. I remember. Hector almost died.
And all because of some stupid accident.
What are you talking about?
You didn't know? His gun misfired while he was on patrol. That wasn't the official story, of course, but I guess they needed a hero.
Is that really what happened?
Absolutely. The people need you, Raul. All you have to do is meet them halfway. There's a driver in the car over there. He'll take you anywhere you ask.
If people only knew about the working conditions, they'd go shopping with a whole different perspective.
Please, sell them a dozen socks for $5.99 and suddenly ignorance is bliss.
When I got here, I was so inspired. Now, it's turned into the worst job of my life.
I used to do crowd warm-up for Ceausescu. We had to escape in a helicopter.
That sounds like fun. Is he here?
The official story is that he's come down with the flu and he regrets that he can't make it.
But he might show up, right?
He hasn't even seen the speech.
Ah, the speech. I read it last night.
And?
It was eloquent, concise, and 100% correct.
Thank you.
And the people will never hear it.
What?
Ben, eventually you'll learn that there are times when it's better to just tell people exactly what they want to hear.
You know there's one of those sweatshops right here on Saint Rita? Adonis something.
Idoneus Vestis. I don't know, yet.
Seems Mrs. President has found herself a cause.
I see.
I was talking to Ramona.
Is that so? The problem with these corporations, once you turn people against the factories, they'll just pack up and move to some other third world country. And where does that leave the workers? Do you really think they'd rather starve to death?
But if we could just organize them, if they stood together, they could finally get out of poverty.
It doesn't work that way. The factory would be shut down in a heartbeat.
And what makes you such an expert?
Because, my dear, I own it.
Mr. Pennington? Congressman de la Garza would like to speak with you.
Thank you, Ramona. Congressman?
So what's your plan, Nigel? Stomach flu for everything except the photo ops?
Lay off, Tony. The president is ill. I can't control everything.
That never stopped you from trying.
We need to talk.
Excuse me.
I gotta tell you, Nigel, I'm disappointed. I thought you'd at least put up a decent fight.
He's not resigning, Congressman.
Then what are we talking about?
You don't really want the presidency.
Don't waste my time.
This country has a lot of problems. When the excitement wears off, the people will want change. Things that we can't give them. And you know who'll take the fall. Plus, there's a real chance of revolution. An army takes money. All the soldiers are sitting at home looking for jobs, thinking about how much better things used to be. Besides, we both know who has the real power in this government.
But he sends his apologies that he's unable to attend tonight's banquet.
He's not coming?
No, I'm sorry. Who are you?
Viva la revolución!
Viva la revolución!
What?
Yes, Viva la revolución. We won!
No! I'm the revolution. You're the establishment.
Yeah... What?
Nobody move!
Kinte! So let's say I change my position. Support the president. What's in it for me?
Ooh, whatever you want.
Guano.
No, honestly, just name it.
No, guano. The guano farmers of my constituency are having a rough year.
Subsidies. This is the free market. The federal government can't just go handing out money every time a business falters.
You almost got me there.
My wife suffers with fever. My children go to bed hungry. And you do nothing.
I feel your pain, but
How about a job?
What?
A job.
we can't just give out jobs to everybody that needs one.
We're not. We're just giving one to
Miguel.
Miguel. So, which is it, Miguel? Your choice.
I think we got ourselves a deal.
Just one other thing. My military?
Oh, come on!
Without an army, none of this matters. We may as well start planning a parade for the next dictator.
So I get you your military money and back off the president, and you don't veto any of my farm bills?
Everybody wins.
But it's a struggle we can overcome. All of us, from the fishermen to the farmers to the factory workers. Together, as brothers, citizens, equals in this nation.
Excuse me, sir. This is a private ceremony.
What? Who the devil are you?
Miguel Espinoso, head of security.
Get out of my way.
I'm going to need to see some ID.
Oh, he's cool. That's Mr. Pennington. He's the chief of staff.
Chief of staff.
My apologies, senor. Please, enjoy the party.
You don't really have an earpiece, do you?